Alrighty, slightly different content today. I don't yet have another book box to unbox, but I have a book to talk about, which I actually got in a book box. I've actually been reviewing like books, movies, everything over on my blog for probably like 10 years, more than 10 years now. Jesus Christ, I'm getting old. And I was recently thinking I could also do maybe like a short little mini review of the things I read before, typing out my full thing. Well, anyway, so what I finished yesterday is the Phoenix Keeper. Gorgeously stunning, super pretty book, which I got in a book box a little while ago, was it? I think it was the Illumicrate. Are you from Illumicrate? Does it say so here? Yes, an Illumicrate book. And while I love the design, I'm like right off the bat wasn't too sure I was gonna like this book all that much, because I think it was labeled as like cozy, sort of romance kind of stuff, and that's not those are not tags I would like reach for if I see books labeled on the shelf. So, but I had the book, so of course I wanted to read it, and I tried to, keep an open mind. I didn't want to like dislike it from the get-go, just because it's not my usually like preferred genre. And my general assumption is always like, hey, hi, I'm the problem, it's me. But now, having read this, I'm sorry to say I didn't really like it that much. And not even because it's cozy. As well, I may not read like cozy stuff a lot. I do like to play a lot of cozy games, for example. So I wouldn't say that now that I think about it a little bit more, that genre is so far, outside of my box maybe. But I feel like with this book, it wasn't just cozy. It's more like nothing is happening at all. So the book is 470 pages, and until about page 430, nothing happens. Pretty much nothing happens. Nothing that you couldn't sum up in 4 sentences, which is a lot of pages to convey. Not all that much, but hey, okay. Then, I might have been able to overlook that it's not exactly a thrilling ride. But also I found the main character extremely annoying. Because so this book is titled The Phoenix Keeper, so it takes place at a zoo, and it's like a world similar to our own, but it has like loads of like magical creatures, including phoenixes, and the main character is the titular Phoenix Keeper, right? So that means the characters in this books are professionals who are, I would argue, closer to 30 than to 20, considering that they had to go through like university and a lot of training and stuff before they could start a job like this, and like at the level that she's doing. Yet somehow they're all, especially her, Ayla, the main character, is behaving like I would expect from a teenager in like a high school book. That I feel like that was the thing that just irritated me the most throughout the entire novel. She is, I get that she has like difficulties in social situations and stuff like that. Girl, been there, done that. I feel you. But she was just being really annoying and also really terrible towards other people. Like, she has an arch nemesis, and she has an arch nemesis because this is somebody in college that during like one presentation she did sort of laughed or something. Like, girl, you don't even know if she laughed because of you or something. And this, you're considering this person your arch nemesis because of that? Jesus fucking Christ, get the fuck over and move on with your life. And like, that person is a coworker at the zoo on top of that. And to explain, that person is actually very successful at what they do, and she's sort of hating her for literally any like reason she can pick, even though there's like, you do not speak to this person, you do not know anything about her, You call her your arch nemesis, even though she's not done like literally anything to you. Quite the opposite throughout the book. That person is helping her out a lot. And still until like, I don't know, page 370 or something, she's still like, she's my arch nemesis. Why is she being nice to me? So I found that greatly irritating. And it's not just that. That person I already mentioned was helping her out a lot because the Phoenix Keeper, she wants to get, they have one Phoenix at the zoo, right? And she wants to get another Phoenix transferred there so they can start a breeding program or whatever, which, you know, is a lot of work and blah, blah, blah. Totally get that. So everybody at the zoo is pitching in, helping her. And she is, I get that that is a big project and that is very important, but she is so self-centered. Like it's off the charts. She's a terrible friend. Her best friend, Tanya, again, is helping her out a lot. Even though like she has her own like program she's trying to get off the ground that she's applying for funding for and stuff. And Ayla is not even like noticing that that's happening, like completely ignorant of anything around her. Or like with what's going on with other exhibits that there's, oh, an animal died. Oh, whoopsie, when did that happen? 2 weeks ago. You were just too busy to notice. Like that's the entire book. It's like maybe you wouldn't be so socially awkward if you weren't so self-centered. Maybe have we tried that approach? I don't know. And finally, the plot is so extremely predictable. So predictable. Okay, like if cozy is what you are going for, and maybe this is for you. Maybe you like that the plot is predictable. There are literally no surprises. What I like is there like this book, my edition, has a few little like illustrations, like you know, at the start of some chapters there's like info. It's like an info sheet on certain animals with little illustrations, so that was cute. And I like that the author came up with all these really cool creatures. But I also feel like the author, MacLean, sort of took it too far a lot of the time. Because I get that there's these really cool creatures in your book, but you do not need to mention them in every single sentence. Whatever it was she was describing throughout the book, it needed to be mentioned that it's sort of like a magical creature. So it's like, she was hiding under her desk like blah, blah, blah. She was scared like blah, blah, blah. Her hair was glittering like the mane of blah, blah, blah. And it's always one of the magical creatures from the book. And like, I get you're excited about this, but you can tone it down a notch. Like it does not need to be in every other sentence. Yeah, I'm sorry to say I didn't like enjoy this all that much. I feel like it took me a very long time to read this, even though like 407 pages is not that long. But yeah, I feel like I was just bored a lot of the time because, as I said, for like 430 pages, nothing is going on, pretty much. And I'm very sorry about that. I wanted to like it. I tried my best to like it. The last 40 pages were more interesting because that's when things start to happen. But unfortunately, what was happening was very predictable. You can tell where this is going after you read like the first 3 chapters. You know how this is gonna end. It was a bit unfortunate. Yeah, it's just, you know what? Like, we're just gonna file this under not for me. If you're into like cozy stuff, maybe you're gonna love this, but for me, unfortunately, nah. Anyway, I'll be back with another review soon.